astrology is in our lives as humans. And I wanted to also say that it is definitely real. I know I always hear, I fix my camera, it's jiggly because the raggedy streets in this place. But I know a lot of people always say, I don't believe in that stuff. Well, that's fine and dandy, you know. A lot of people say they don't believe in it and, you know, all that stuff, you know, and which is cool. But it does make a difference. When I started studying it, started with my sign, and my sign, it says a lot of stuff about me. Like, literally, like, a lot of stuff it says about me is true, and a lot of it is stuff that was stuff that I hadn't discovered yet. And over the years of me, you know, getting older, I had to, when I started studying it, I had to look back on my life, and I was like, you know what? I did do X, Y, and Z, or I can be such and such. So, you know, it's real to me. It's really real to anybody if you choose to take a look at it. But I know religion has pushed people away from it because they say it's devil worship and all that stuff, of which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know, it's devil worship because you're getting to know yourself and finding out aspects of yourself through it. But we're all connected to it, you know. And so I know through my discovery of it, of finding out stuff about my character and who I am, and different things about my Pacific sign, I also discovered within that realm who is good for me to be around and who is not. You know, it also tells you who you're compatible with in relationships and stuff. There's also the thing about different times of the year for things to be done when the astrology and stuff is ripe for certain things to be done. It also tells you about what careers you will be successful in. I'm trying to find my words. You know, so it's definitely really helpful if you decide to look into it and dig deep within it, because it describes a lot of stuff. And I think that if people were more interested in it and they looked into it for themselves, they would find this information, you know, as well, to be helpful, because it's definitely very helpful. It tells you what careers you'll be most successful in. That's a big one for me, because when I found out what things were best for me, when I thought about it, I was like, you know what, that's why I love this so much or that so much, you know. I'm a communicator. I'm a strong communicator. Always have been, ever since I was a young girl in high school. And I discovered, you know, that a little more in depth through my astrological sign placements. And there is like a couple of different placements you'll have. Everybody has a little bit of each sign within their whole birth chart. And each sign within your birth chart represents a different aspect of your life and moving forward in it. And it's very interesting. I found it to be very intriguing, interesting, and really cool to read about myself. One of mine is communication, also leadership. You'll discover some of your leadership abilities through it all, you know, so it's very, very helpful. Still trying to maneuver with meeting my soulmate through it. I am currently with someone. He's like on the cusp. He's a cusp baby. So he's like born in between that Virgo Leo stage. Somebody I'm not compatible with, but I'm still with them. But yeah, anyway. The signs that I am compatible with are Libras, Sagittarius, and there's one more. I can't remember what the other one is, but I have met a Libra before, and me and him are still real cool. Never met I have met a Sagittarius guy too. It didn't work because he was a cheater. But yeah, you know, so I'm still trying to find my little people that I'm compatible with as far as that's concerned, but still haven't. But I am on the way to that. But it does help. It helps an enormous amount. You know, you just have to learn how to maneuver through these things when you discover who you really are. And that's the best way to discover who you really are, is through your astrological sign. Believe it or not, it's where it's at. And that is why we've been told that it's devil worship, because the powers that be, or whoever that is, they don't want us to discover who we really are. So that is why we have been pushed away from astrology, and that's why people don't have no ickling to it, or they don't, you know, look into it, because it's been deemed as devil worship. Who knows why, but it's crazy. But I've went so far down the rabbit hole that I've discovered so many things within that, just about myself alone, that helps me come to the conclusion of who I am as a person, as a whole. And I'm still discovering, still learning. I'll always be a lifelong learner of life and things in it. So that's what makes me who I am. So I encourage you guys to take a look at your astrology and see if you can figure out some things in your life. It'll help you through transitional changes in your life on a personal level. As part of being a human being, you'll discover so many aspects of yourself, and you'll probably be happy that you did, because there's a lot of things that I can say. If I would have known this a long time ago, I would be so farther along right now in my life and my individual evolution. So try it out. You might like it. I'll be back. Call you back. Bye.